Welcome to this episode of the Woman to Warrior Show. I'm Holly and I help women step into and live their best, most powerful lives possible. But enough about me. Now let's talk about you. And today's topic is why you feel empty when you've achieved everything. You see, for many women on the outside, your life looks fine. You've got everything you said you wanted or thought you wanted, or even more accurately, what other people assume you wanted. So why standing right in the middle of your life, right in the middle of the life you built, do you perhaps feel like you're watching it through a lens, like you're watching it through glass? And by what I mean by that is like it feels like you're looking out a window, watching the world go by and not being a part of it. You're watching somebody else's story, like you're disconnected and flat. And you can't tell anyone because people keep coming to you saying how great you're doing. So it would look like on paper you've got no right to feel this way. And here's what I want you to walk away understanding by the end of this episode. I want you to understand that feeling you have is not what you think it is. And it doesn't mean what you're afraid it means. It's not a glimpse into a future that says, this is how it'll be forever. It's information. It's purely information. And as long as you keep pushing it down, it will keep costing you the life that you could have, that you should have. So stay with me. Because once you see what that feeling is trying to tell you, you won't be able to unsee it. Now, two things you can expect to get out of this episode. I'm going to show you the 3 different versions or shapes that this feeling takes so you can spot which one is yours. Then I'll tell you the one thing it's actually asking of you. And that second part is the one that changes how you look at all of it. So right now I'm only talking to one person. And that is the person watching this. I'm talking to you. Hun, you are the woman who worked out how to be excellent. You built the business or you climbed into the professional role and you did it really, really well. People rely on you. You're the one everyone calls when it actually matters. Your calendar is most likely full, and probably what's in it most likely belongs to other people. It's not stuff for you. And there's a moment that you may have been waiting for. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe you're waiting for your business to launch, or a new work title, the new job, a new partner, or the number you finally wanted sitting in your bank account. And this was the moment you're waiting for that was going to change everything for you. And you got there and it felt great for about 5 minutes because the demands of everything around you and everyone didn't stop, no matter what landed in your bank account, no matter what the business launch did, no matter what work title you had. So nothing really changed. And you're left looking around thinking, what the is this? Is this it? And I wonder if you can resonate with that. I trust that many of you do. That thing you thought that was going to change everything didn't. And you don't say, oh my God, is this it out loud, because that would make you sound ungrateful, right? So you just keep moving and doing the same thing over and over again. You don't want to be ungrateful because everybody tells you how wonderful your life is. And I get it. I was there too. And it is a shitty place to be. I had this business and it was doing well. A great husband, great kids, great clients. And I became miserable because every day became the same thing over and over again, like some horrible version of Groundhog Day. Every moment of my time was spent in service to other people and in working. And there was no room left for me. And I think that's a mistake that many of us make, many women make, is we feel obligated to be in service of others because we're told that's a great thing, right? But the reality is what we should be doing, we should be living in service to ourselves first, because only then can we truly give to others, can we truly give to our business and our work. And here's what I now know that I wish someone had said to me sooner, rather than me having to work it out myself. Emptiness or the disconnect that you might feel from your own life is not a malfunction, right? You're not ungrateful. You are not sad for no reason. This feeling is information, as I said before. And feelings are one of the best ways we can communicate with ourselves. But we have to know how to listen. We have to know how to take that feedback. It's feedback that says to you, you've outgrown where you are and it's time to change. What you've been doing up until now at some point has served a purpose. It's served where you were at, but it's not a fit anymore. It's like you've built a beautiful house, every detail planned to the nth degree, every room was furnished perfectly, and then you walked in one day and you realized the whole thing was designed to someone else's tastes. Every room is beautiful, everything is quite lovely, and none of it's actually yours. The life is real, the success is real, it's just built to a set of plans you were handed a long time ago by people who most likely genuinely wanted good things for you and never once thought to ask you what you actually wanted. You have the life now that you were trained for, and you were so busy being excellent at everybody else's expectations that you forgot to also ask yourself if this is what you wanted, if this was the life for you, if this, is something you wanted to do day in, day out for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Now, that empty, disconnected feeling is not just one feeling. And in the women I work with, it almost always shows up as one of three. So now it's time to work out which one is yours, and I call them the 3 disconnects. So the first one is the numb disconnect. You don't feel much of anything anymore, good or bad. The highs are muted and so are the lows. You just are like this. That's how your life goes. Nothing excites you. If that's yours, it's usually because you've been performing for so long that you've lost a signal for what you genuinely feel underneath. And when I say performing, I mean going along with everybody else's expectations. Does that make sense? And the second one is the restless disconnect. So the first one was a numb disconnect. This one is the restless disconnect. You get the thing. Whatever it is you are after, and you've already moved the goalpost before you even put it down, because nothing lands. Nothing's ever enough. There's always a next thing, because every time something lands, every time you get what it is you thought you wanted, it's like, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not what I thought it would be. And nothing fulfills you. So if that feels like you, it's usually because you're chasing goals you inherited, not ones that you would have chosen for yourself. So that's the restless disconnect. The third one is the stranger disconnect. You look around at a genuinely good life and it kind of feels like it belongs to someone else. It's like you're the understudy. And if you don't know what an understudy is, in theatre shows, the main character will have an understudy. So it's someone to take their place if they get sick or injured. So they learn all the lines, do all the rehearsals, but realistically they never get to take the main stage because most of the time the main actor does not get sick. So while you should be the main player in your show, you've just become the understudy. And it's usually because you built your life to everybody else's specifications. And somewhere along the way, you lost contact with your own. So that's the 3 disconnects. The numb disconnect, losing touch with what you genuinely feel underneath, usually because it's too painful to feel. Number 2 is the restless disconnect, chasing goals that are yours, that are not yours. You just inherited them, so nothing can ever fulfill you. And then there's the stranger disconnect, so building a life to everybody else's specs. You're no longer the star of your own show. So what do you do? Because that's all very well diagnosing that, but what do you know now? Well, first, you don't try and fix the disconnect. The first thing we need to do is just name it. Don't overthink it, because we can be bits of each one. It's more a case of which one is the most dominant. And once you name it, you can start to pull on that thread and unravel it. So what is the disconnect, this emptiness you've been trying to tell you this whole time? That's the next question. is trying to tell you that you're ready. That the woman who built the life that you have has done her job. She has done it beautifully, and you need to thank her for that. But now there's a next version of you who's been waiting for you to recognize her. You need to understand that this feeling is not you losing yourself. It is your wake-up call. It is the future version of you making yourself heard so you can actually become her. But so many women I know ignore it, or put it in the too hard basket, or push it away as though she doesn't matter. And I don't want to see you do that. I don't want to see any woman do that. And if you're struggling, maybe you should join the other women in the Woman to Warrior program, because the fastest way to get to where you want to go is to use a mentor, because they have the map and they have been there before. And I certainly wish I had someone to help me. It would have saved me a ton of time and heartache and confusion and repeating the same patterns over and over again. So we're going to just about here wrapping this up. So to reiterate, you need to identify which of those three you are: the numb, the restless, or the stranger. Rewind this episode if you have to. And once you've worked out which one is more dominant for you, start becoming aware of when it shows up. What's the situation? Who are you with? And most importantly, what can you do differently in that moment? What would the woman who is not disconnected, what would the future version of you who is not disconnected, what would she be doing differently? Start doing that. It's the only way forward. And in the meantime, keep showing up for yourself. Keep watching these videos. In fact, I have an episode, I think it's called Why You Feel Stuck in Life and How to Change It. So you should watch that one next. I'll put up the link. Now, remember, you are worthy of a great life too. Your life is not just for everyone else. So live with fierce grace. And if you know a woman who is in the same position as you, then share this with her, because ladies, sometimes the kindest thing one capable woman, and you are a capable woman, can do for another one is to let her know she's not the only one standing behind that glass. Let her know she's not the only one disconnected.